Do you know that sometimes in real terms, it looks like it's a deliberate self-deception to be hoping that Nigeria is going to be fixed anytime soon? Because you're going to ask yourself, by who? By the few? No, by just the few that are struggling to fix it. Why there are vast majority fighting against it, some deliberately, majority of them ignorantly. How is this going to work? I don't know. But patriotism wouldn't let us just lose hope. That's why we'll keep talking and keep fighting. Now tell me, with what is happening, or with what has happened or what's happening recently, tell me which government will sacrifice so much to attack armless protesters? Which government will give so much time, resources to go against armless protesters, but will rather ignore criminalities in places, both in high and lower places? We ignore terrorism. We ignore their civic and primary responsibility of protecting lives and property of their citizens. The government have no police enough, have no DSS enough, has no soldiers enough to go after killer herdsmen, to go after Boko Haram. Rather, they are having a peace deal with them, but are very brutal and having a total clampdown on armless and peaceful protesters. Which kind of a government is that? Which hope? If a government has resorted to not allowing people to protest, which is always the language for the citizens to air their grievances and anger, then what can you get from such a government? Where can such a government take a nation to? This is a question we should all be looking at. We saw the Free Nnamdi Kanu protest, and we saw how police were harassing people. I see police harassing a group of persons, telling them they are gathering unlawfully. Unlawful gathering because they are gathered to ask for what they think was an act of injustice. If those people were gathering regardless of their numbers and they were holding Tinubu banner for 2027, would that gathering be unlawful? The policeman will not call it an unlawful gathering. But if it is not in support of Tinubu or in support of APC, there is a total clampdown. Are we not completely captured? Of course, it seems that way. And it's going to take Nigerians to collectively do much more. I honestly swear, much more than we are currently attempting to do to break out of this chain. These people they feel they've captured us. They got us exactly where they want us. But you know the worst aspect of this whole thing? I saw people being hired to counter a protest. And who hired these people? Allegedly, from the claims before us, it was same people from the eastern part of Nigeria. A name was given. But because it's an allegation, I will not call that name. But it's on video, it's on everywhere that a certain name from the southeastern part of Nigeria used coastal bus to bring a whole lot of people that he organized within the Abuja territory to stage a counter protest against those protesting for the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu. Wetin una brother do now? Every time I speak in favor or in defense of Nnamdi Kanu, people think I'm an Igbo man. I'm not an Igbo man. I'm an Edo man. I represent Nigeria, not any tribe, not any region. If what is being done to Nnamdi Kanu was being done to Sunday Igboho, I will speak the way I'm speaking now. If it was being done to anybody in the north, I will speak the way I'm speaking, as much as I know it's an act of injustice from the government against any individual. So I know that I don't understand when some people accuse me of being tribalistic. They think I'm an Igbo man. I'm always fighting for Obi, defending Nnamdi Kanu. No! An act of injustice is what I speak against. You get the point now? So when I see Nigerians, those I can at best refer to as non-living things, because when somebody meets you, say you take this money, go and counter that protest, and you know that this protest is a protest against injustice, against the wrongs, and you've accepted money to do that. What do you think you've done to your future, directly and indirectly? But unfortunately, these animals don't even know. These non-living things don't know. If we are beginning to have some persons among us being hired to stop us from protesting, then where is the fixing of the country going to come from? Where? So all of this worries me, and I don't know what you guys think, but to me, sometimes I just have reason to believe that having a hope that Nigeria will get better someday, I think it's just an act of patriotism. In reality, the chances appear to be very slim. The level of division, the level of ignorance is still very, very much on a very high side. Those that are aware, the same people are too few. And these are the people that are desired, are determined to get a working Nigeria. But they've been swallowed up by the massive number of dummies ignorance and very demonic people who are enjoying the current state of affairs. And with situation like this, I will only but ask, which way Nigeria? How do we get out of this current quagmire? Do you think there is hope? Or should those that are fighting now just surrender? And if we all surrender, what next for the citizens and the nation at large? I leave you with that question. Please use the comment section.